Assalamu alaikum.
So you can introduce yourself to all of us.
So my name is Amara Saeed. I belong to the city of soldiers, that is Jehlam. I am presently residing in Tabela, Kent. My father is retired from Air Force as Chief Tech. My mother is a teacher and I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. I am currently doing job as lecturer chemistry in Government of the Punjab. My present place of posting is Government Degree College for Women, Hassan Abdal. I did my MSc from Punjab University in chemistry. Before that I did my bachelor's from University of Sargota, and my early education is from Fazaiya School and Colleges. So I aspire to join civil services because I believe that it provides a platform where you can serve your country as well as the people on grassroots level. I want to join Pakistan Administrative Service because I believe it is very diverse, and in terms of workplace as well as there are many chances of mobility. In my free time I read a good book or do some cooking, and I really love to walk. That's it. That's it from my side.
So you have done your MS degree in inorganic chemistry. And what is organic chemistry?
So organic chemistry is related to carbon and hydrogen. It is the study of hydrocarbons and its derivatives. Mostly related to living organisms and the things which are derived from
and inorganic is not?
No sir, inorganic is related to minerals. So it is non-living, yes.
Are you reading the newspaper nowadays?
Yes sir, I am reading Dawn newspaper.
Okay. Keep it up, because that is a source of information for interview, rather I will say. What is happening in Saudi Arabia? Yesterday there was a meeting of Saudis, rather I will say Arabs were together.
Sir, they stopped the blockade with which they were doing with Qatar from 2017. So the relations were normalized yesterday.
What was the issue between Qatar and these the others, rather I will say?
Yes, sir. So the actual issue was that they believed, the other Arabs believed that Qatar
who are others?
Like United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, KSA, and Oman. Egypt, sorry. They were saying that Qatar is very soft on Iran. Moreover, they also believe that Qatar is funding Islamic Brotherhood, which is a terrorist organization, and they were also they have apprehension against the news channel of Qatar, that is Al Jazeera. That was the main problem for which they did blockade of Qatar.
Is it correct that Saudis asked Pakistan not to air that Turkish drama because they have got issues with Al Jazeera? They have got issues with Pakistan also.
Sir, I have what I heard. Yes, sir, Sir, what I heard that they made their own drama against Ertugrul to counter the impact of Ertugrul. So, but that wasn't so much hit Ertugrul, and whether they had said to Pakistan, I don't know that. I'm sorry.
Okay, what do you think about current day situation of Pakistan economy?
Sir, Pakistan current economy is not, is somehow in better state because our current account deficit has shrunk, our exports are increasing. However, when we talk about the fiscal deficit or we talk about the tax to GDP ratio, these things haven't improved, rather they have moved in a downward position. So that's a thing, there are something because there is a changes in structure. So there will be positives in some times, but at present this economy is not moving in right direction.
Everybody is being hit.
Yes, sir. Inflation is increasing. Inflation has reached up to 10%, and tax to GDP is 10% at present. It was 13% in the past. So the things are
Amara, what do you think about this CSS program which the government has launched? Do you think it is a correct approach?
Sir, because there was a pandemic at that point, CSS program appeared to be right. But I believe that we should work on human resource development rather just funding poor. that would make them redundant, and that would make people like somehow a begging situation will be increased. We must invest in human resource development, on education, on health, and on research and innovation. We should invest on startups and entrepreneur. I believe through this strategy Pakistan would increase its wealth. And like if we talk about America, in America research and technology is at highest level, and therefore their entrepreneurs are working and they are earning a lot and giving taxes. So I do believe it's better to work on the human resource development rather just fund the poor.
You were selected as a lecturer through Public Service Commission?
Yes, sir. Punjab Public Service.
Punjab Public Commission. In which year?
2018.
Okay. You have also taken the subject of international law. Who are the implementer of these international laws?
Sir, the actual implementer of international law are the people who are in international institutions or multinational organizations. When we talk about international institutions like the Security Council, United Nations General Assembly, ICJ, moreover, multinational organizations have a great role in impacting the policies of countries.
Please.
As Foreign Service Officer, your FSP is your second choice. If you are posted abroad as ambassador or as a diplomat, what will you do to promote the commercial interest of Pakistan there in the country where you posted?
So first of all, I would make sure that I communicate with the people of high status over there and talk about and take detailed notes on the positives of our exports. First, our exports should be import quality, so that I can be able to talk about that we have certain good things on our export. So that's
You can do a lot more. This is one thing which you have said. Okay, when you go back, you look at it. So there are many other things which you could do as a diplomat or as ambassador. What functions are performed by the Deputy Commissioner?
Sir, the Deputy Commissioner is involved in communication. He is the chief communication person who do the chief communication between the district as well as the state. He is involved in different activities, like if there is election, he will be responsible for all the electoral process that is being done apart from election commission. Moreover, in the past, there were a deputy commissioner had more authorities, like he was responsible for, he also had magisterial authority or authority related to the police. But at present, his main task is coordination and collection of revenues. That's his main task.
What is Patwari culture?
So their work is to take the record of the property. Their main work is to keep a property record in the call of that is said that we say in the
hanky panky which they can do and get away with. That is Patwari culture. You understand?
Yes.
Roger Federer is your. Do you play tennis?
No, sir. I don't play tennis. I just watch it.
What can you tell us about Roger Federer?
Sir, Roger Federer is a Swiss player. He has the highest Grand Slams, that is 20 internationally. He was considered the Sportsman of the Year in the year 2009. Moreover, he is known for his great sportsman spirit, his humility and generosity. He is a great philanthropist as well. So that is the most prominent aspect of Roger Federer is that he has no dispute with his opponents, although he has been the number one for many years.
Right, you're right. GDP tax to GDP ratio we're talking about. Now, what is debt to GDP ratio and how serious it is?
So debt to GDP ratio, the how part we are giving from the GDP share from debt, at present it is 107%. In the past, it was 64%, 2018. It has increased exponentially. And when when the debt to GDP ratio increases by 60%, that means the country is moving in a declining fashion in economy.
But it is now, you say, 104%.
Yes, sir.
The percentage has risen to 104%.
Yes, sir.
So a country, if it reaches that stage, it can be declared, क्या कहते हैं उसको? कि ये bankrupt हो गया.
Sir, but Japan also had a great debt to GDP ratio. At present, because there is corona, that is somehow a reason that even IMF has talked about increasing the time duration for returning of the debt. So at present, that will be the reason that we are not considered as bankrupt.
So what roadmap you can give us about the peaceful resolution of Afghan problem?
Sir, peaceful resolution of Afghan problem will only come when there is intra-Afghan dialogue with a complete ceasefire. Because at present what we are seeing that there is intra-Afghan dialogue and still there is a violation of ceasefire. It will be only achieved if there is a complete consensus on all Afghan parties, and then the withdrawal of the NATO forces as well as US forces.
Why you see, Afghan capital has been subjected to terrorist attacks one after the other. So many, you see, terrorist attacks have taken place in Kabul, particularly after the Doha Accord. Why?
Sir, it is accorded to the Taliban who increased their bargaining positions by increasing by violating the ceasefire. That's somehow their bargaining position. Moreover, the government as well as the United States of America and the NATO forces are also being involved in doing certain activities. So the insurgency is there.
Islamic State is present there? Elements of Islamic State?
Yes, sir. Islamic State has also become a faction over there. And there is Indian intervention also present, because they do not want a complete consensus they have concerns on Taliban, because Taliban are somehow pro-Pakistan. So that is one of the reasons as well, which is taken.
I am very fascinated that you did your BSc Chemistry, Zoology, Botany, and then you did your MSc Inorganic Chemistry, not Organic.
Ma'am, I have interest in inorganic chemistry, and moreover, my teachers were excellent in Punjab University. That was the reason I joined inorganic chemistry.
Despite having done zoology, botany, you went for inorganic, not organic.
Ma'am, it is not so much different, because even in inorganic chemistry, we study about human body, the impacts of vitamins and minerals. So the study of biology even comes in inorganic, although it is less, but it comes as well.
Thank you. Tell me, what's the difference between hiking and walking? Because earlier on you said that you like walking, yes, but in your hobbies you have said hiking.
So mostly hiking I did in mountains, because I lived in Kamra as well as now I'm living in Tarbela. So I used to walk as well as then climb the mountains. There were smaller mountains, but I used to do this, so we called them hiking. That was the reason I wrote this to be hiking. Yes.
So you're also done international relations paper, optional. What is your take on politics in USA at this moment?
In USA, the politics at present is because of presidential election and the new president is going to come, there will be big changes.
Do you think Pakistan-USA relations started after invasion of Afghanistan?
Yes, ma'am. They started because of that was my point, that our main threat is through Afghanistan. I'm
asking about Pakistan-USA relations. Did they start with invasion in Afghanistan?
No, ma'am. They started when there was Cold War, and at that time Pakistan moved toward US bloc and signed CETO and CENTO. But because Cold War is ended, And moreover, so that approach is gone. Moreover, if we see that US-India nexus is increasing, and Pakistan-China relationship, they are somehow a deterrent in a US and Pakistan relation. So I do believe that the relation may deteriorate when the relevance of Pakistan is removed, because we have better relationship with that of China.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Billions.
Thank you, sir. Well, Amara, what is the net worth of Roger Federer?
Sorry, sir. I don't.
Punjabi was your optional subject.
Yes, sir.
Have you read the novel Kaliyan Ittan Kale Road?
No, sir. I just read those novels which were part of the syllabus.
It is. And have you read the writings of Sharif Kunjahi?
No, sir.
What is the message of Bulle Shah poetry in Punjabi literature?
Sir, Bulle Shah is a Sufi poet, and he talked about empowerment of people because he was majorly called to be heretic because of his belief on God. So he was a poet who talked about not only about the Sufism, but also about the empowerment of the relationship with God of a person. So
gender studies was one of your options. How would you differentiate between gender and sex? Sex as a noun.
Sir, sex is biological, whereas gender is social. And sex has a very limited approach, a narrow scope. There are just 3 sexes which are considered to be biological sex. But when we talk about gender changes from one country to another. The approach of gender is different because it depends upon the societal norms and the duties which they put for male or female sex.
Last question, as you were referring to your reasons to join civil service, one of main reasons to serve the nation. Yes. What better way you can serve the nation teaching the young generation?
Sir, although teaching young generation is a great way, but for me, I also want my own professional and personal growth. Although I will be teaching young generation every year, but because I am teaching only on intermediate level, my own growth has stopped. I am not learning anything new. I am just repeating the lecture again and again. So it's for my own interest as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good. Let's conclude this formal session. Now let's go for debriefing. So do you have any question for all of us?
No, sir, I don't have.
You can ask if you like. Okay, I will give you my sort of a debriefing for you. Mashallah, you are quite intelligent, and your communication skills, both body language and the oral, is very fine. You are quite confident, and personality yours is quite pleasant, and mashallah, you are knowledgeable. Now, my advice is, now you are fighting for the 300 marks. When you are going to take your interview?
Sir, it will be most probably in the next week.
Okay, you have got time. So what I will suggest you is to update your current knowledge.
Okay, sir.
I think you had some knowledge, but you need to upgrade it.
Yes, sir.
Keep it for the last 1 month, especially I will say this India and China,
yes, sir.
China, then Armenia and Azerbaijan,
yes,
then this Gulf, this South China Sea and the behavior of these Saudis, this is Pakistan. I mean, these two should be definitely.
Yes, sir.
So you are very good, mashallah, after that.
You were very good. Nothing.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, please.
My only thing is that when you use vocabulary, be very careful of what you say. Like I asked you about walking and hiking because when you came in, you said I like walking.
Yes, sir.
But in your this thing, you had hiking,
yes,
and you had to explain it. So otherwise, you're very good, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
I एक चीज point out कर दूँ ये जो आप लिखती है ना ये weaknesses.
Yes, sir.
The weaknesses in strength when you are looking for a job and you fill this format. The approach should be professional approach.
Okay, sir.
When you are writing hardworking is fine, determined, good with deadlines, this is fine. And weakness is, you must refer it to the
Yes, sir.
professional side.
ये मिस प्रेयर्स वगैरह ये
Weakness is
ठीक है सर.
ठीक है ना?
ये कार्ब्स क्या है?
Carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates.
Carbs, अच्छा.
It's a very girly thing to say.
ठीक है ना?
ठीक है सर.
Best of
Thank you,
luck.
ma'am. Thank you.